the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. It's time for the 2016 WPBA Masters Championship. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, the magnificent Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Time for some history in the making once again. For the 6th time, we are about to crown a Masters champion. I'm here with the BCA Hall of Famer and the 2012 Masters champion, Ava Lawrence. I'm Mitch Lawrence. Ava, excitement is the key word all week. You can feel it. Everybody's been excited. A great crowd waiting for 3 tremendous matches coming up. This first semifinal, 2 great players. They'll get it going.
Oh, you bet. You have Allison Fisher. What a player. Just inducted into the WPBA Hall of Fame. She has won over 75 titles on tour, but she has failed to win one in the last 4 years. So I know she is hungry and ready to snap this one off. And on the other hand, you have Jennifer Barretta, who still has not made her mark really on the WPBA tour by winning an event. So I know she wants this one badly. Both players are playing great, and it should be a great match.
All right, here we go. Let the games begin. We're going to throw it down to our Master of Ceremonies,
Ladies and
Steve
gentlemen,
Tipton.
welcome to semifinal number 1 of the 2016 WPBA Masters Women's 9-Ball Championship. Let's meet the players. Player number 1 from New York City, New York. Had numerous television appearances here. Moving up in the rankings, seated in the top 10 for this event. Welcome in Jennifer Barretta, please. Miss Barretta, bring it in. Ms. Barretta's opponent here at the beautiful Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort is the most famous women's 9-ball player in history. More titles, more money, everything and every record in the whole sport are in her hands. How about welcome in, if you would, Allison Fisher. Two sets raced to 4 with a sudden death. If we split the sets, let's lag and begin.
All right, Ava, here we go. We're ready to get it going. Allison Fisher on the right, Jennifer Barretta on the left, the handshake and the lag for the opening break in this first set. The Masters Championship semifinal number 1 underway.
And this lag is so important in the alternate break format. Looks like Allison is going to walk away with this one and get to draw first blood here.
You saw Allison's profile, originally from England, living in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And as Ava said, inducted into the WPBA Hall of Fame the other night. An exciting ceremony already in the BCA Hall of Fame. There is nothing that this woman has not done except, as Ava said, to win the WPBA Masters Championship. She has been close before. Here are our keys to the match, brought to you by Simonis. Ava?
Well, for Jennifer, I definitely think it's the serve abilities. Like I said, she has never won on tour yet. She's such a fantastic player, but there's a big difference between playing great, doing well in the tournament, and actually winning, believing that you deserve to win. And for Allison, it's consistency. She needs to really have a good break, not make any unforced errors. She's made a few this tournament, but been able to pull off her matches. We'll see. She told me earlier that she's been really struggling with the break. Not this time. Check it out. She's got an open shot at the 1. The 2 ball goes in the side pocket, no problem. She just would love to come, just tap it out anywhere in here for a shot at that 2 ball in the side. Just a hair of left to avoid getting behind the 3. Oh, she's going to go all the way around. Look out, 5. Ooh, that was kind of a gutsy choice. She needed to spin that a little bit more to get around the 5 ball. Now she's going to have that severe angle into the side pocket. If she even decides to go for it, she would really have to let the cue ball go if she goes for it.
Taking a good long time. There's a 45-second shot clock with 1 extension per rack for the players. And there you see the clock. If she calls an extension, the 30 seconds will be added to the time that's on the clock. But that is a hard shot clock. She must get the shot off in the allotted time.
She's cueing as she's going for the 2-ball into the side pocket here.
Foul.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. She did not call an extension, and she let that clock run out. First shot of the match. This is going to be a tough one to overcome. You know, players in the past have been used to getting a 30-second shot clock, but once you're actually down, you can take as long as you want to shoot. This clock is a hard 40-second shot clock, a little bit different, and that was obviously major here in the first rack of the first set. Wide open table for Jennifer.
Let's take another look. You see Allison down, and that look tells it all.
There's a nice little pop out here for the 4-ball. She has good angle to come across. The 5-ball goes in any of the 6 pockets, so whatever she's comfortable here with here. Obviously, in this situation, we'd love to play the 5 in the side pocket. But she may just go straight across and play it down in the corner. We'll see. Oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, wow, what a turnaround. There's some nerves in this match, Mitch. And don't forget, we played races to 9 leading up to this, and now all of a sudden it's the pressure of race to 4, even though it's 2 sets. Big difference.
And here's a look at that shot by Jennifer. And as Ava said, you do not want to do this. You need to make Allison pay for a mistake. Instead, Jennifer gives her ball in hand right back. And I do not believe that Jennifer will see this table again in this first rack.
Again, this is so often that we see this, that players struggle that first rack. Getting comfortable. A lot of nerves in the beginning. The table plays a little bit different than it was before. I don't think that had anything to do, obviously, with the 2 mistakes that were made here. But it just, until you get settled. And like you said, Mitch, was a great point. If Allison makes a mistake, you better make her pay, because if she gets comfortable and gets that confidence up, you're in big trouble with this woman.
1 ball left for the opening rack. And it is indeed Hall of Famer Allison Fisher who gets on the board here in Mount Pleasant first. An appreciative crowd. They have been here all week, and they haven't been able to wait for what they are about to witness today. 3 great matches coming up. Allison, with a smile, did not feel that way at the beginning of this rack. And we'll tell you now about the tournament format. Here's why it is pressure-packed. 2 sets, each a race to 4. In case of a tie, we'll have a 1-rack sudden death tiebreaker, the lag for the break. They alternate the breaks during this match. I mentioned a 45-second shot clock, 1 extension of 30 seconds per racket has been important already. And the loser of the first set will break first in the second set. And Ava, you and I have talked about it. This format does nothing but heap pressure on top of pressure as you move through a match.
There's no question about it. And the fact that it is a race to 4 and it is alternate break, you better take advantage when it's your break, because obviously both of these players, any of these players, are liable to break and run out. So when you do have the break, even if you don't run out, you need to figure out a way to control the table and win that rack. The good thing for Jennifer now, after having missed and made that mistake by scratching in the first rack, is that she has the break now to kind of try to even the score. Just shake it off and make sure the balls are nice and tight.
This is a very thorough, methodical player, Jennifer Barretta. Obviously not to suggest that Allison isn't as well, but Jennifer very, very steady in her approach and the way she plays the game, and she's not going to change that for this semifinal match. Here's the break in rack 2.
Oh, she managed to make the 5 ball, but she did not get a shot, I don't believe, on that 1 ball. The 7 has her covered right down here. I would think she's going to push out. If the 1 ball was a little bit closer to the pocket, she could go ahead and play rail first. The other option is to go straight down right here and kick. And try to stop the cue ball behind the 7. Well, she made the cue ball stop, but not behind the 7 ball, and she has left it wide open for Allison, and a great angle to get to the other side of the table for the 2. She's going to try to make the 1 ball come straight down, up anywhere in this area for the 2 ball. That's one of those shots, you know, that Jennifer tried there. If it works, you look like the hero, but if it doesn't, you possibly just sold out the next track.
Out for the 8.
Oh, that's no good. That's not going to work out. But the 8 ball being that close to the 2 should help Allison to make a safety. One option would be to hit the cushion, come back and hit and stick behind the 8 ball. Nice and soft. She's looking to see if she can hit a piece of it. She can. She can hit that side of it. She'll go 2 cushions with the cue ball and try to hide it again behind the 8 ball. Just a little firm. She didn't leave an offensive shot for Jennifer, but she has left her a great opportunity to hide the cue ball. Anytime you have a couple of object balls near the intended object ball, you have a great chance to play a safety here. She can snooker her behind the 7 or behind the 8. Looks like she's going to fan it on the right-hand side, bring the cue ball down, and the 2 up towards the 8.
She's got balls
That'll
to
work
work with. That's a nice shot. One of the things we want to mention is this Diamond Pro-Am table and the Simonis cloth that's on it. It will take a little while to get the speed of the cloth down, and it's a question of which player is going to figure that speed out first.
Yeah, it is going to play different because the television lights, we say it all the time, but it really does make a difference. This is the table, one of the tables that we played on all week, one of the 6 tables and the 2 practice tables that we've had at our disposal, but because of the television lights, it dries out the cushion a little bit and it's not going to slide a little more than it was. But it usually doesn't take more than a rack or so for the players to get the feel of it. Allison now is going to go 2 cushions around this 7 ball, and she'd like to get a full hit here. Oh, she went 1 rail. I don't know if she could go 2 rails, and she missed the entire ball. Wow.
So a big turnaround here after a good safety by Jennifer Barretta. She gets ball in hand, and we'll try to even this first set up. There's another look, Ava.
Yeah, I guess she could not go 2 rails. That's one of those situations you would much prefer it, but the angle she had, I guess she couldn't, and she had to try to elongate that angle a little bit and just came up way short. And now we'll see what Jennifer's going to do with that 3 ball. I think she's going to go ahead and take her extension here and really pick up. This is the key shot right here, right off the bat, even though she has ball in hand, is really getting position for this 3. It looks like she's going to just go ahead, play 1 cushion position, straight down and play the 3 ball in the side. The 8 and the 9 are kind of blocking the pockets, so she's just going to play the speed. Come straight down for the 3 ball in the side. Did she get there? Not quite. Not quite. And she's going to be flirting with this ball right here, the 8 ball. The 8 ball looms large for coming around 2 rails for the 4 ball. So no spin on this. You spin it at all or hit it with low, you're liable to go into that. Watch out for the 6 also. She wants to go kind of between the 6 and the 8. Come around 2 rails. So she came on the other side, and it was beautifully done. Great speed. But it is not over yet. She just took a quick look to see if that 6 ball, if that 6 ball does go by the 8, she's in great shape. If not, she would have to play a combination.
Really?
Great shot. She was a little bothered there, trying to figure out what Steve Tipton was doing there. He was trying to make
Cell phones off
sure
in
she
the
did
arena,
not
please.
commit a foul on that 9 ball, because it's foul on all balls. If you touch any of the object balls or the cue ball with any part of your clothing or your hand or the cue stick, anything else, it's a foul and ball on hand. So that's why he was kind of hovering over her there. But I don't think she knew he was there.
But it's great because she sensed his presence there and actually went through with the shot, which tells me that she is actually really focused. Came up quickly and smiled at him, but took care of business first. This is a good rack right now for Jennifer Barretta to get her feeling at the table and some confidence up. She's made some good shots. You can see the way she holds that back end of the cue. Very loose, almost only with a couple fingers, Ava.
Yeah, very short practice strokes, then pulls back. Leaves very little room for error, that stroke. All right, just had to roll that in and just have to roll this one in as well. Nothing major, just aiming right here. Just tap that 8 in, and the 9 is right by the corner pocket, so she should be good here, Mitch.
Good work by Jennifer Barretta. Last year, finished 9th in the Masters, losing to Kelly Fisher. This is already her best showing at this prestigious event. She wants to keep it going, and she has tied this match up. In the first set of 2, Allison Fisher won, Jennifer Barretta won. And again, tons of pressure on both players. Jennifer not showing it right now, seems to be loose and enjoying. She's talking about that moment with Steve. Allison, very focused. And she will have the break in rack number 3.
Yeah, Allison was saying that to me, like I said earlier, she really was worried about her break. Not until her very last match last night against Ga-Yeon Kim did her break start working. She moved it around from side to side. She stood a little bit closer to the ball, she said, and she got that to work. But before that, she uncharacteristically for her, scratched a couple of times on the break, which is obviously something you can't do with the caliber of players out here. She failed to make a ball, lost control of the cue ball, didn't get shot at the 1. So she felt that her very last match, she worked that out. So we'll see if it works here. Well, she did not scratch, but she also didn't make a ball on the break. But last second, that 1 ball rolled right behind the 5. And all she can do now, it looks like, is push out. You see the 1 ball right there? I don't even think she can get even the slightest piece of it to play a safety. If she can, she will just try to knock it to the side cushion, back to the end rail, and whip the cue ball around for a safe.
Push.
Pushing out. Sorry.
She is going to push out.
Push.
Remember the push out, the first shot after the break. Player can put that cue ball anywhere on the table, do whatever she wants as long as she doesn't scratch, obviously. Allison now has the option of giving this shot back to Jennifer or taking it herself.
It's a good push out. It's not an easy place to play a safety from. It's also not an easy bank. The bank is available, and the beauty is the cue ball is going one direction, and the 1, even if it misses, goes down table. And if she does make it, she should have built-in position 2 rails around for the 2. I don't know how that made it in. It hit the point and still went in. Just enough. And she got a bit of a straight shot, but needs to bring it back to right about where she had her cue to be able to make this next shot easy. Look at this. It hits this point. It looked like it was going to sit right there and just kind of spun itself into the pocket. Long, straight, draw back, Smooth stroke here. She wants to be not totally straight, have a hair of an angle, but not a lot, so she can come up for the 4-ball. And it actually looks like it's, I don't know, looks like she came too straight, Mitch. She's going to see now if the 4-ball will pass by the 5 on the other side of the table. She didn't quite get the angle she wanted, so she may have to just roll this in. This is a tricky little shot.
One of the things that makes this game so great is you have to be able to adapt to the changing nature of the patterns during a particular rack. That's what Allison's doing now.
Yeah, she's just going to draw back and take the tougher cut. The 4-ball won't pass by the 5, so her key now is to avoid the traffic. The 8 and 7 are right there. She's trying to decide, do I want to go on the left or the right side of the 8? If she goes above it, she's flirting with scratching in the side pocket. If she goes below it, she's worried about that 7. You just really have to commit here. Decide what you're going to do and then just commit to it. And the key thing, obviously, is making this 4-ball.
No.
Nope. Too focused on getting between those 2 balls. And again, what an opportunity for Jennifer here on Allison's break to get control of the table. So focused on where to get that cue ball that she kind of forgot about cutting that ball in. If that's all Allison had to do was make that ball, I would bet on her all day long. But because of the touchy position she had there, that's what happened.
And it goes to what you mentioned as a key for Allison at the beginning of the match, consistency, which she has struggled with a bit this week and has always fought through it. Jennifer taking care of business there. Remember, this is the first match. Our second semifinal will feature Brittany Bryant and Monica Webb, 4 players left out of 48 that came to Mount Pleasant this week.
And Jennifer managed to do what Allison couldn't, which was getting between that 7 and 8. Really nice shot with the bridge coming around 3 rails. And this is her last key shot here. She's cutting this down. A little bit of right spin, getting out for the 6, and also same thing. Little shaky here in the beginning still. Both players.
Should have taken my extension. Should have taken my extension.
And again, interesting that both players had problems with the same type of shot.
Yeah, she really just overcut that. That's why she ran in the cue ball, ran into the 6. We'll see what Allison can do. Little extra speed there, but she definitely needed this angle in order to be able to come out for the 7. She wants the cue ball to come out pretty much where it is right now. Right anywhere in here so that she can make that 7 with a little bit of right draw, come out for the 8 and shoot the 8 in the same pocket. But like you said, we'll see where the cue ball lands if she has to change that. Now that's perfect. Now wait a minute, she may have to just draw this straight back, where she can just hold it there and shoot the 8-ball in the opposite corner or even the side. She threw her head up just now, Allison, and looked up to the stars going, what am I doing? But she's still in great shape here.
Allison with a couple of great finishes at the Masters. I said this is the 6th year of the event. She finished 2nd in 2012, losing to my booth partner, Ava Lawrence. And a 3rd place finish in 2013, losing to Guy Young Kim in the semifinals, the eventual champion. Good shot there on the 8th, and the 8 in position for the 9 and to take a 1-rack lead. So a key chance goes by the board for Jennifer. Allison takes advantage and jumps out to a 2-1 lead. Remember, first set, race to 4. Second set, race to 4. If they tie sets, we'll have a sudden death tie-breaking rack. We have seen it before, and there's pretty much nothing as exciting as a 1-rack sudden death tiebreaker to move to the final of the Masters Championship. We're glad you're with us here in Mount Pleasant. Stick around.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665 or visit us online at diamondbilliardproducts.com. Play with the best. Diamond.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
Welcome back to Soaring Eagle. A look at our road to the final, brought to you by Aramuth. Tremendous quarterfinal play here in Michigan. Jennifer Barretta knocking Brittany Bryant over to the loser's side. Monica Webb moving undefeated into the semifinal match. Taruko Kukaleli put up a great fight on the loser's side against Brittany Bryant. And Allison Fisher in a late night thriller over two-time Masters champion Guy Young Kim, and 4 left out of the 48 that came to Michigan. Our first semifinal, Allison Fisher and Jennifer Barretta going after a seat at the final table. Brittany Bryant and Monica Webb to come. Jennifer Barretta at the table now, rack 4 of the first set of 2 sets here at Soaring Eagle. She will try to even this match up against Allison Fisher. The break in rack 4.
Someone else that's been working very hard on her break. Spoke to her before, and she said that's one thing that she's really focused on. She felt that was one of her weaknesses in her game. Not just making a ball, but getting position and really reading the table. And she did a good job there, except that 4 ball got in between the cue ball and the 1. And this is one of those where I would think I would go to the jump cue. You can see right here, you have the 4 ball is blocking, and she's going for the jump cue. It's an easy jump to hit it, obviously, and not too severe of an angle to cut it into the side pocket. Cue ball's going down table. We'll see if it can come back up for the 2 if she does make it. Oh, no. That's the worst thing there. And again, wide open table. She made a really good break. And unfortunately for Jennifer, Allison is the one now that's going to benefit. You can see she hit the wrong side of the 1. Cue ball caroms off the 1 ball into the side. And a great opportunity for Allison to get on the hill here in this first set.
And Jennifer did a good job on her break. You talked about her working on it. She spread those balls on the table. Any problem areas that you see here, Ava?
Not really problem. Making the 2 ball here, she can come across. She can either baby it or she can come across and play the 4 in the same pocket. The 3 is already gone. The 5 being down, she just babied it in there. No problem. Come down for the 5 in the side. The 6 is wide open. 7 to the 8 shouldn't be a problem as long as she gives herself a bit of an angle. So I think Jennifer is in trouble in this particular rack. You know, it's so amazing how often it is that that very first shot after the break is what decides the winner of the rack. I think what I'll go do, Mitch, is go home and just practice breaking and then dealing with that first shot, breaking them again, dealing with that first shot, whether it's a safety, a push out, a jump, or trying to make it. A lot of players tend to miss that very first shot because you're so planning the rest of the rack that you kind of lose focus, even if it's a somewhat easier shot. You see it happen quite a bit.
That's a great point. We've gotten to see, obviously, all the matches here at Soaring Eagle this week. And I think the point that you're making there is a great one. You give up control of the rack to players of this caliber, and so often you're going to pay for it. Jennifer's going to have that happen now.
There's her practice partner and husband, Greg. They play a lot together, and they play Scotch doubles. They don't really like playing against each other, so they play Scotch doubles every other shot. And Jennifer says it really makes her focus on each shot because you only get that one shot. You don't get to actually finish your own rack. And it's really helped her bear down on each and every shot. So all she can do now is wait for her turn back at the table and watch this Hall of Famer take care of business here to get on the hill in the first set.
Seems to be getting the speed of the table down. We talked about that earlier, the shots that she is coming up with, much more what we're used to seeing out of Allison. They tend to look easy because she puts herself in perfect position to make that shot. So that foul by Jennifer Barretta, Allison Fisher takes advantage, a two-rack lead, and to the hill she goes in this opening set of our first semifinal. Remember, a race to 4. We'll play a second set. Race to 4 also. You see the focus and the concentration, and that 9, the result for Allison Fisher. And you have to believe, Ava, that we talked earlier about all the titles that she's won. Can't begin to count the extraordinary career that Allison's had. And you know one thing about her. She loves trophies. She always talks about it. And this is one trophy she does not have, and she wants to add it to that trophy case. A good look at it there.
Yeah, and you realize, you know, there's 4 players here left at this tournament, and only 2 of them have ever won one of our tour stops. And that's Allison Fisher and Monica Webb. Allison, it's been 4 years since she won, and it's been 7 years since Monica won. And that tells you a lot how players have gone in streaks. You know, Guy Young has dominated somewhat. Jasmine has won some of the titles. Kelly Fisher has been here wreaking havoc. So actually winning a tournament is one thing to be one of the top players, but I'm telling you, to actually win one of these tournaments, it's more of a major feat than you actually think it should be.
Allison with the break in rack 5, trying to wrap up this opening set.
And she did make a ball, but I don't think she has a pocket for the 1 ball. Possibly she can play the 1 ball into the side off the 8 right there. It's difficult to see if that seems like a risky shot. The 8 ball may be a little bit too far down. She has no balls up by where the 1 and the cue ball are to do an easy safety here. But the fact that she's got a cluster of balls right in this area, that might help if she wants to just float it down and try to hide behind those balls. We'll see what she decides to do here. Looks like she's going to go ahead, lag the cue ball down a little bit, use that 6 ball to hide behind. Well, it was definitely not a bad shot, but she has left a window. She didn't really focus enough on getting right behind and pick 1 ball to get behind. As you can see, Jennifer's trying to see how much she can see of that 1 ball. Makes a big difference if you can see both sides, so you have a choice of what to do. She does have a good opportunity. She definitely can hit the left side of it. So she could hit here, come with a cue ball in this side, and send the 1 ball to the opposite side and use that 2 ball and just kind of play the position to get the cue ball right behind the 2. The 5 is right there to be able to help out. She can hit the opposite side of it. She may do something different, but oh no, she went rail first. Not a bad choice, but she did not hit it great. She gonna get away with it? Yeah, she got away with it. Allison can hit the left side of the ball,
I'm finally facing it, and he's standing in front of it.
but it's kind of a tricky spot to play safety from here, Mitch.
Gets over it quickly. Remember, she has 45 seconds with one extension should she need it, but she got down quickly, Ava.
Yeah, she hit this way too soft. She was trying to get the cue ball all the way back for the 5. It's a risky shot. Think that she was going to try to at least hit the 1 ball hard enough to get away from that side pocket, but now she's left an opportunity for Jennifer. Tricky to get on this 2, the 2 ball. She's trying to figure out how to get across for the 2. It's kind of guarded over on the other side of the table. You see here, you have the 6 and the 8 guarding the 2. If she can draw this straight back, but it would have to be an absolute perfect speed. She might go straight down. She may just lag it up and deal with the 2 ball and not even try to get on it. Oh, look what she did. What an amazing shot. Almost a perfect shot. Had it gone past that 6 ball, it's still a great, great effort. She's going to have a thinner cut than she would have liked, but the beauty here, all she has to do is make this 2 ball go across the table and back for the 3.
Boy, is this good work right there.
Fantastic. Took the risk. She knew if she played it in the side, she had no way of getting to the 2 ball, so she took the tougher shot into the corner, and she was rewarded with this shot on the 2. There you go. She didn't miss it this time.
That's impressive. Back-to-back shots by Jennifer Barretta, and she really needs to take advantage here in the 5th rack.
I really liked her message right there. She just went for it. She decided what the correct shot was, even though it was a tougher shot down the rail. And again, now she has opened the entire table up. She can play the 6 in the corner here. She can play the 6-8 combination. Greg is sweating it big time. All right. Chance to make it 3-2 here. Just really, don't overthink it. Pick where you want to be, get down, and just make it happen.
Looking at that 6-8 with the 8 hanging right there by the side pocket. If she should win this rack and get this set to 3-2, she will have the break in the 6th rack with a chance to tie it up.
And what she's really looking at is, obviously, if she does play for the combination, her issue is not the combination itself. That's a pretty easy deal, but she wants to make sure that when she does make it, she's going to have a shot at the 6. And with 7 ball being where it is, she needs the correct angle to get to the 7. And she did so beautifully, but here is a big shot, Mitch. She has a great angle to be able to get to the other side of the table. She would love to be able to be above the 7 and shoot it down. If you're below it here, you have to actually play it past the side pocket, which nobody likes, especially if it's frozen on the rail. So she has to put some serious draw on this to get it up above the side pocket. Did she? Did she? Oh, great shot. Just stopped in time before it landed on the rail.
She watched it the whole way across that table. Deep breath. Very used to competing. Started out competing in tennis and as a fitness competitor. Used to being out there by herself. This is a very different kind of pressure.
She needs to get out off the rail here. Pound it a little bit and draw it back. Absolutely textbook right there. Perfect shot by Jennifer.
This has been a really impressive rack for Jennifer Barretta. With Allison on the hill in this first set. And as we said, great play by Ava. A little bit of a statement by Jennifer Barretta that she is indeed here to play. A little fist pump with Greg. Another look at a key shot here on the 1.
You can see that was absolutely flawless right there. Came in, made a great cut shot on the 2 after that, and was rewarded after all her hard work with that easy 9 ball. to get within one.
And don't you love seeing that easy 9 at the end of a tough rack? All right, a lot more coming your way from Soaring Eagle here at the Masters.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665 or visit us online at diamondbilliardproducts.com. Play with the best. Diamond.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
So you guys, hey, they're coming back.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant, Michigan in the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. There you see Jennifer Barretta and her week, brought to you by our friends at Auto Owners. A great week for Jennifer. A tough opening match against Catherine Friend. Melissa Little, the veteran, went down 9-2. Took out the 4th seed, Lena Schursvik of Norway, in a tough hill match. And the 8th seed, Brittany Bryant, 9-4, one of our other semifinalists, throwing her to the loser's side. So she arrives at this semifinal undefeated. Allison Fisher, her week here in Mount Pleasant, the veteran, and WPBA Hall of Famer Belinda Calhoun. This is pretty interesting. Jessica Barnes, 9-6. Tamara Peters, the great player from Holland, 9-6. Lost to Monica Webb, 9-4. And on the loser's side, defeating two-time champion Guyon Kim. All her wins by the exact same score of 9-6. There was something that was magical about that particular formula for Allison. That's how both of our players got here this week. And we are in the first set of a 2-set semifinal. Mitch Lawrence and the 2012 Masters champion, the striking Viking Ava Lawrence. Happy to be here as always with the best players in the world. The break coming up now. In rack number 6, we'll see if Jennifer Barretta can tie up this first set.
And again, here's where that lag becomes so important, because if Jennifer manages to win this, then Allison will have the break in the deciding game. And she scratched. Oh, wow. And all the balls opened up. So this is great chance for the veteran Allison Fisher, who has been here before. This is where that pressure, she's comfortable with the table now. She should be able to make something happen. You see, she made a ball right off the bat, but here comes the cue ball just straight in. She drew it straight into the corner pocket.
We'll see if Allison can take advantage. So often when there's a scratch on the break, that cue ball get kicked in by a ball. That one went unimpeded directly into the corner pocket.
It's amazing how big that corner and side pockets are when you break the balls. They're much more available than they are for the other 9 balls.
Do they get wider during the break?
I think so, just for the white one. Just for the white one. All right, bit of a stretch shot here for Allison. She has to make sure she does not touch that 3 ball, or it'll be foul and ball in hand for Jennifer, and draw this back with a little bit of left. Perfect. Gave herself just enough an angle, it looks like, to come down nicely for the 4 ball. And the angle from the 4 to the 6 is what's going to solve or create havoc here for Allison. She needs to come over a little bit towards the left. See if she has the correct angle to drift down. If not, she's going to have to draw it back. She did. Oh, too much even. But too much is better than not enough. But now you can see she's going the wrong way. The cue ball is going to want to head this way. She needs to come right about exactly where this cue ball is to have a perfect situation here to get from that 6 to the 7. It looks like she can just draw it straight back, take a little bit longer of a shot. She could go all the way down, but I don't think so. She's just going to come back. Look out for this 8 ball. I would think she would have loved to be a little bit farther even though she would be farther away. This would be a perfect spot for her to be in, not having to deal with that 8. The beauty here is you just pretty much just have to make it. Can kill the cue ball here and kind of hold it there for the 7. Oh, wow. Not even close, and I'm telling you, that's that 8 ball. Having to hit down on the cue ball, completely lost control of that shot. And we'll see here, Mitch. I don't think she'll be going for an offensive shot here. One option would be to play the 6 ball down that way and have the cue ball come up. A lot of right spin. She can go 2 rails if she wants to, but her goal is to split the 2 balls up. She's got the 8 and the 9 to hide behind. Want to leave 1 ball at one side of the table, go 2 rails here, it looks like. Just come across this way with the cue ball down to the other side. Speed is the most important thing right here. All right, she failed to snooker her, but this is not a hanger in any way, shape, or form.
Steve Tipton
well done.
Checking to see if that 6 ball is frozen against the rail.
Yeah, it's not.
Doesn't
it's
look
off.
like it is.
Yeah.
It's off, right?
Oh, this is a touch shot. You can try to use this 9 ball. Just hit the right side of the 6. Have to hit it very softly so it doesn't get up by the side pocket. And you definitely don't want to leave a cut shot, but she did. All right, thin cut on the 6. The cue ball is going to go down. She has 2 things to worry about here. The cue ball, if it goes dead straight across, could come off this 9 ball and flirt with the corner pocket. If she can get a little bit of left spin on this, have it come up towards the 9 and get a full hit on it or even above it, she should be out this rack. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Just came down, missed the 9, but it's not over yet. Long shot here. Got to draw the cue ball back. Some low left on this to come back out for the 8. Really have to let your stroke out here and just trust. That'll work. A little bit more of a cut shot than she wanted. I get sweating it.
I got to tell you, I know that feeling. I feel for you, Greg.
Yeah, you've been there a few times.
Well, those of us whose wives play out here on tour take sweating to a whole different level.
All right, this is just about making this 8 come 1 cushion across and out for the 9. Beautiful. Beautiful. Get off the rail.
All right, a pretty big 9 ball for Jennifer Barretta. This would tie this first set up at 3. Would be back-to-back racks for 9mm. Put both players on the hill. Here we go. I'll tell you what, Greg's standing and he should. Very impressive work by Jennifer Barretta in the last 2 racks to get back to 3 apiece, race to 4 in this first set. Allison will have the break in rack number 7. And that's the importance of winning that opening lag. We talk about it, but it's really true. Question is, Ava, can Allison really kind of pull it together? We've seen her make some uncharacteristic mistakes, I think.
Yeah, her cue ball control is nowhere near as precise as we've gotten used to seeing over the years, and that's what kind of resulted in both of them not getting in the right line on the shots to where she's making her runouts more difficult. And she's usually so precise with the cue ball, and more power to Jennifer, because she's actually taking advantage and doing what she had to do.
And you know, one thing I love seeing about Jennifer right now is that she's smiling and laughing, which is not something we ordinarily see her do during the course of regular tournament play during the week. She tends to be more serious. I don't know if it's that Greg is there next to her and she's feeling really, she seems to be really enjoying this moment, I guess is what I'm saying, and it's reflecting in the play right now.
Yeah, and I can speak from experiences. You have kind of 2 options. You feel yourself so nervous and you're into the match and you're feeling all this pressure. You can either kind of give in to that, or you can just loosen up a little bit, enjoy yourself, say, I'm here, I might as well play my game. I've worked so hard to get here. I want to enjoy this. I want to enjoy this whole experience, and I think that that's the choice she made. And now all she has to do is hope to get a shot. What a perfect break by Allison. 1 ball does go here, just come out anywhere in this area for the 2. 3 is open. 3 to the 6 is the only issue I can see here. Oh, the 4, I'm sorry, 3 to the 4. Well, there's really no major issues here once she makes this and gets out for the 2 ball. Shot making and keeping somewhat decent position here. You don't have to do anything major. What a time for Allison to have the perfect break. And again, going back to that lag, this is why that lag is so important in the alternate break format, especially in a short race to 4. You could see how long she stayed down on that shot. Just making sure anytime you jump up, you're giving yourself kind of an excuse to miss, but she's really making sure she stays down. Beauty here, just pretty much shoot a stop shot and she'll have a good angle to get on the 6. If she wants to float down, shoot the 6 in the other corner, that's fine too. Perfect. And here it is. She gets on this 6 ball. We're on to set 2. It's all about speed. She has given herself the perfect angle to get down, so it's just speed control to get straight down. How about that? That's pretty good speed control right there. That'll work.
7, along with the 5 gone on the break. And you talk about a perfect time for that break by Allison Fisher.
Yeah, that couldn't have been any better outcome. And there's absolutely nothing, obviously, for Jennifer to do but to sit in a chair and say to herself, if this happens in the next set and we have a tied ball game, then I will be the one with the last break if we go hill-hill, because loser, as you said at the top of the show, loser of this set will break in the next set.
Again, what a time for a break and run by Allison. This 9 ball to take this first set of our first semifinal here at the Masters. There you go. So Allison Fisher, though she made a couple of mistakes along the way, takes set number 1, 4-3 over Jennifer Barretta. Great set. Both players back and forth, trying to take advantage of the mistakes made by the other player. It is Allison Fisher. Comes out on top in this first set. Jennifer Barretta will have the break in set number 2. And there you see it, the opening of this match. The excitement here in Mount Pleasant palpable during the week leading up to our final matches of the 2016 WPBA Masters. Shot making right there on display. Again, some mistakes, but that 9-ball by Allison Fisher, 4-3 in this opening set. Our second semifinal will feature Brittany Bryan and Monica Webb. You don't want to miss a minute of it from here in Mount Pleasant.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Delta 13, the true legend of Rex.
Here in Mount Pleasant at the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, we had a chance to talk to Allison Fisher earlier about her induction into the WPBA Hall of Fame. And we talked to her about what's important to her at this point in a star-studded and truly amazing career, what's important to her relative to the game.
Well, definitely players are getting better, stronger participants. I mean, I feel like, for example, here I'm playing really well. And if you miss the odd shot, you know, you get punished for it. So I would say that since the beginning, I just think the standard has risen. We have players from other parts of the world here, which has made it much more credible. And yeah, it's just a very exciting tour to be a part of.
Allison Fisher getting ready to take on this second set. Jennifer Barretta will have the break. Allison 4-3 in the opening set here. First semifinal at Soaring Eagle of the 2016 Masters Championship, a major out here on tour. Previous winners, Jasmine Ocean has won it twice in 2011 and 2015. Guy Young Kim twice, back-to-back 2013 and 14. And my booth partner, the striking Viking Ava Lawrence in 2012. Jennifer Barretta would like this to be her first win on the WPBA Classic Tour. What an amazing feat that would be. Allison wants to add this title to her Hall of Fame resume. Here's the opening break, rack one of set number 2.
Quick pull back there, but nice and controlled break. Just enough power to make that corner ball. Not a lot to look at here. That one ball, there's no pocket for it. As you can see here, she has plenty of balls. The 6 ball here, the 7, the 2. A lot of balls to hide behind. She would love to get the cue ball behind that 6. The closer you can be to an object ball that you're hiding the cue ball behind, the better chance to make it a really good safety, but I don't know if she got there. That's going to be close. It looks like there might be a hair of a window here for Allison to be able to play a safety on this 1. Really disappointed there. She wanted to freeze that cue ball onto the 6. You can see she's not happy with that, and she knows that odds are she's going to be tied up right behind that cluster of balls right there. Well done by Allison. Perfect cue ball control, great speed. And I do believe there should be no problem for Jennifer to make contact with the 1, but she has no way of playing safety. This is kind of a hit and hope. You make sure that you make a solid hit. She has the option of going 1 rail, or she can go 2 rails. Scary thing about going 2 rails, if you go in behind it like that, is if you hit it too thin, it could scratch in the corner. Nope, she hit it. She did what she had to do, but no payoff there. Allison's looking at the 2. The 2 ball goes in this corner pocket, so she can just come back with the cue ball a little bit. 3 is on the cushion. 4 is gone, so it's going to be a little tricky. She needs a lot of angle on this 2 ball to be able to come over for the 3. And here's the key shot of the match, getting position on this 3 ball. It looks like she's going to be forced to go back and over again. If she can get anywhere in this area with the cue ball, just lag it down, a little bit of reverse, a little bit of right to straighten it out. Give herself a good angle on the 3, then she can actually go back and forth and come out for the 5 ball. So instead of trying to get straight in here and just shoot a stop shot on the 3 ball, that's not going to be available. So just leave herself some angle. You can see she's cueing with some reverse. And not only missed it, lost complete control of that shot. Wow.
Really surprising there.
It was. Anytime you're hitting a ball with reverse, it makes it a little bit trickier, but she really hit this poorly, way overcut it. Hit it very, very firm. Obviously wouldn't have gone quite that far, but still way too far if she would have made the 2 ball. So
Yes.
Jennifer's going to be looking to play safety here, I would think. You're not going to gain much. If you make this 2 ball in the corner pocket, the cue ball will be heading towards the 8, and you're going to have a really tough shot on this 3 ball.
Remember, there's a 45-second shot clock with 1 30-second extension per rack for each player.
And we saw that come into play the very first rack when Allison had a foul called on her because she let the clock run out without taking her extension. All right, nice cue ball control. Does it get all the way in behind it? You know what? That was a great shot from the position she's at, and now she has left a tough safety for Allison. As you can see, she can definitely hit the 2 ball, but the fact to get underneath something, you can see right there, just beautiful cue ball control. Speed was great to get the 2 ball where she wanted it. And the control of the cue ball was great, laying it on that end rail. Obviously, she would have loved to completely snooker her, but this is the next best thing right here.
Chalk in hand, Jennifer expects to get back to the table. What is Allison going to leave her is the question.
She did the absolute worst thing she could do. Obviously unintentional, but she gave not only a shot at the 2 ball, but a way to get to this 3. But I tell you what, she was in a really tough spot. There were no easy safeties. She was trying to get that cue ball down to the end cushion and just came up short. Big shot for Jennifer right here.
Nice work. You know, we talk often about the pressure of this two-set format, Ava, and one of the great things is if you're Jennifer, you let go of the first set, and you've got a 4-rack set right here, and you're right back in it. So
you bet. Allison, Jennifer has a chance to go with a little bit of right spin here, Mitch. 3 rails around. Oh, she's going to just tap it in and take the tougher shot on the 5. I don't know. That's kind of gutsy, but the beauty here is that she does have a kind of built-in position on the 6, hidden into the rail, follow with the cue ball, come down into this area, or really shallow and go into between the 6 and the 7. I think she's going to have to go to the other side of it. I think I would have gone around and played the 5 ball in the same pocket. But she, her shot making is just so strong. She feels confident about making this. And does she have enough speed on it? No.
wow.
It's tough out there, you know?
I was going to say, you know, the fact that there's 2 parts, 2 components to every shot. There's making the object ball, and obviously there's the shape with the cue ball.
Right.
And sometimes you're focusing so much on one because that was a tough cut, and then all of a sudden you look up and you go, uh-oh, where'd that 7 come from?
That's a great point. You really need to make up your mind about the complete shot. The ball, where the cue ball is going, the whole idea that you're trying to have happen and not focus more on one or the other is a great point.
She's going to come off the rail.
Possibility she could have made that. Instead, she's left the shot for Allison, but at best it looks like it might be a combination. She's going to take a look to see if that 6 ball passes by the 8. And see here, nice solid hit. Had a chance of actually making it, but the speed she played it, that 7 ball came into play. We'll see. I have a feeling Allison's going to be taking her extension this time. She's looking to see if there's a sliver available there for her to make the 6 ball in the corner so she doesn't have to go for the combination. We'll see if she remembers about the time clock here this time. Down to 13 seconds. Surprised she's not taking her extension here. Well, she played a good safety. There does not seem to be enough room. I don't even know if she can go a little bit rail first here. I don't even know if the cue ball goes between, but Jennifer has a chance to shoot a jump shot. She is definitely going for the jump. Watch that cue ball. That can easily fly off the table here. You need to hit it high. Immediately needs to go up in the air and down without flying off the table. You can't hit this too hard. Yep.
Tough
Allison's
choice
plan
there.
worked.
Really
yeah.
tough choice
yeah.
for Jennifer. You're worried about getting it up quickly enough, about having it come down quickly enough, and having the rail right there. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, anytime an object ball is close to the rail, you're flirting with flying it off the table. And it just dragged on that. Didn't quite get up high enough in the air.
So a big point in this opening rack of the second set for Allison Fisher. Remember, Jennifer broke. If Allison can get this rack on her side, she will have the break in the second rack of this set, already with 1 set in hand. 3 balls left on the table.
A little bit of a funny angle, nothing major. Looks like she's straight enough to be able to draw it back. No problem.
Confident stroke there by Allison. Eva mentioned that she has not had a championship in a while. The last one, her 8th U.S. Open title in 2012. Staggering achievement. One of many staggering achievements. Watch out.
Again, cue ball control is off just a little bit. She comes with some great, perfect shots, and then all of a sudden the bottom falls out, and now she's forced to shoot a tough shot here into the side pocket. That angle is funny.
Jennifer just sat up in her chair a little bit. And there's some concentration by Allison Fisher. Really, really good work to calm those nerves. 9-ball in the side pocket and a 1-rack lead here in our second set, with Allison already up a set. So definitely advantage Allison Fisher. If she wins this set, she will move to the final and meet the winner of the Brittany Bryant-Monica Webb semifinal match. As Steve Tipton gets the rack ready, we'll take a look at our top finishers, our top 16 finishers, brought to you by Delta 13. And fantastic work by all these women among the 48 that came. And one that we want to highlight and give some props to, Jessica Barnes of Orlando, Florida, ranked 23rd coming in with a 9th place finish and wins over Tour veterans Kim Newsom and Laura Smith. So congratulations to Jessica Barnes and all of these 16 who had wonderful weeks here in Mount Pleasant. The 2016 Masters Championship. Allison Fisher at the table, the break in rack 2 of the second set.
Oh, she managed to make 2 balls on the break. Open shot at the 1. The 1 ball obviously makeable here. Down here is the 2, so she can either try to, depending on what the angle is here, she can draw it straight back, or she may be forced to draw it to this side. She would love to have it come back this way, because you always want to play the next ball in the pocket that it's closest to. But I'm not sure she has that angle. She's jacked up the back, hitting down on the cue ball. This really requires a nice smooth stroke. And could she get there? Oh, that's just great. Not the perfect outcome. She's going to have a really thin cut here on this 2 ball. She's going to have to probably use a bridge. And be really careful. Not only are the 2 balls there, the 6 and the 9, impeding your stroke here, but also you got to make sure you don't touch them, because it's foul on all balls here in the semifinals. Oof. The only good thing I have to say about this shot is where that 4 ball is. If she goes up and down the table with a speed, she doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Just play it firm enough to go all the way to the other side of the table, come back and play the 4 ball in the side. Center ball. Does she have the speed? No, it didn't quite work out. And I don't know. I don't know if she's going to have a shot here.
Boy, that was
great
tough.
Shot on
you
the
could
2,
see
though.
the bridge. Every practice stroke moved that bridge a hair closer.
Yep.
To the 6 ball.
Allison is close to her work here. You can see how close that is. I don't think the side pocket will come into play, but to be able to cut this ball all the way down in here and control the cue ball. And she's going to do it with a bridge. Wow. I tell you what, she gets out here, she deserves that 2-0 position like nobody's business. Watch out for the double hit. Nice little pop. You know, once Allison gets to this point where the other person makes a couple of mistakes too many, she starts feeling comfortable with the table, with the situation, with the match. You're in big trouble, because this is that confident Allison Fisher we're used to seeing.
This is worth another look. I got to tell you, this is, those of you who know Allison's background and the fact that she had 7 world snooker titles, there's a comfort level with the bridge at certain points that I think other players will not have. And she relies on...
Uh-oh.
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 Watch out. Watch out. I was going to say she relies on that knowledge to be able to hit those kinds of shots. Her work not done, though, Ava.
No, and Jennifer knew she had a chance at it right there. I'm sure she was holding her breath as she saw that cue ball heading towards the side. And it's not really over yet, because Allison is going to be forced to have a pretty long shot on this 8 if she does make the 6 ball. Have to jack up a little bit here. Doesn't have too many options. See if she just holds the cue ball right there. A little bit of a drawback. And it looks like she's going to have a decent angle here. Just nice, smooth draw shot. Pick your spot where you want to be. Look at, say, the least bad position. Where is that? Where do I want to be? And then pick your spot. Just try to come back with the cue ball a little bit. You really let your stroke out. She may be able to go into the cushion first, but I think she's going to be drawing it straight back, and that's just beautiful stroke. Vintage Allison right there. And you were talking about the schools. She was telling me that it's really helped her to give lessons for her own game, just reminding her of the fundamentals, the basics, the stroke, the stance, the attitude, the pre-shot routine, everything that goes in to making a consistent, great, strong player.
If this 9 goes, you can sign up for Allison's Bridge Clinic. We'll give you the information later.
No. Oh, she made it.
She did.
It looked like for a second it was overcut by a hair, but she played it in the upper part of the pocket.
So well-deserved that second rack of the second set for Allison Fisher. And we got to see, as I said, a clinic in the use of the bridge here at Soaring Eagle in Mount Pleasant. This 9, back-to-back racks, the first 2 opening racks of the second set, 1 set already in hand. Allison Fisher moving inexorably closer to the Masters final. Stick around.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665 or visit us online at diamondbilliardproducts.com. Play with the best. Diamond.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events, and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant and the Soaring Eagle Casino, and you're taking a look now at a very important logo, that of the WPBA celebrating its 40th anniversary, the longest running pro player organization. And a look there at Vicky Paskey, the last charter member to still be competing on tour. Ava, I know how much Vicky has meant to the game.
She really has. I mean, she has been involved in the president, vice president, served on the board for numerous years, really been supportive of this industry. She plays on tour. She's also an Auto Owners Insurance Agency, which is fitting considering that Auto Owners is involved in this tournament, much thanks to Vicky Paskey's efforts there. And, you know, just a great player. She's a winner of the national championships. She is still out here, like you said, loves the game, loves the WPBA.
As we all do. Here is Jennifer Barretta, rack 3 of the second set, needs to make something happen quickly. Watch out.
All right, couple balls on the break, doesn't hurt, and a shot at the 2, and this is time to shine, kind of a do or die here for Jennifer. She needs this rack. Good opportunity to make that 2 ball in here. Obviously the 3 goes in the side, but holding the cue ball here is going to be very difficult. She may have to plan on something else. She would have to really slow roll this, and if you're feeling super confident, maybe you can pull that off. But that's kind of a nerve-wracking shot. It's quite a bit of a cut, so she would have to play this really softly. Yeah, just overcut it. That's a tough shot to start out with when you've been sitting for a while. You want to hit the ball with some authority as opposed to just lagging it like that. And Allison quickly steps back to the table again. We'll see. She definitely has that 2-ball in the corner pocket. Her key shot here is to maneuver the cue ball around to be able to get up and down the table for the 3 in the side. Don't believe the 3-ball goes in either corner. So that's going to be her choice. Up against the clock again, but she should be fine and have plenty of time to fire this shot off. Well, she avoided that 8-ball. Coming down on the other side of it. What about the 7? Ouch. Ouch. She wanted to go straight up and down. Got a little bit too much on it, trying to avoid that 8-ball, and now she's faced with, she could jump it here. Risky jump. Much better off trying to go for the kick here and try to make this 3-ball in the side. And if not make it in the side, at least get it out of there, make a good hit, and hope something good is going to happen. Just straight across. She's measuring it out. Straight across right here. Good hit. Is she going to get away with it? I think so. Looks like she left a shot, but that's another long, tough shot for Jennifer to come up with here. She's going to take a good hard look at this. This is all about making the 3-ball. There you see a good shot of it. Just all she has to do is make this 3. The cue ball should go across the table and back out so she can make the 4-ball in the same corner pocket. Oh. And it went in, but so did the cue ball. Oh. Chances are if she would have made that clean into the pocket, she may have been able to avoid the scratch, but she was focused on a really tough shot there. You can see right here, just overcut it a hair, and that brought the cue ball straight across. I was a little surprised she hit it quite that firm, but now she has left a straight in 4-9 combo for Allison. And there you have it. Allison on the hill in the second set. Few mistakes by Jennifer has opened the door here for Allison to really take charge of this match.
And to make matters worse, Allison will have the break in the 4th rack. So a short 3rd rack in this second set. And that's got to be just a crusher for Jennifer Barretta. Remember, this is a race to 4. Any player capable of putting racks together. It's an alternating break format, though. That makes it tougher. Plus, you're facing Allison Fisher, which kind of adds a little bit to the pressure of winning 4 racks in a row. A great result for Allison, and again, she'll have the break in rack number 4. Should she win this rack, she'll move to the final. Jennifer and Greg talking about it, trying to learn all the time. It's really all you can do, Ava.
You bet, and it's so difficult to get to this spot. You know, you see the TV matches here on Sunday. Obviously, both players want to win, but everybody knows how much work it is to even get to this final 4. And remember, she will, whatever happens here, even if Allison does win this match, Jennifer will be knocked out of the tournament, but she'll have another chance next month at the U.S. Open in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's going to be March 9 to the 13th. And I know she doesn't want to even think about that right now. She wants to get back into this match. And it looks like, even though Allison made 2 balls, Jennifer is going to have a chance to get back to the table one way or another, because the 2-ball will not go in the corner pocket because of that 7. So Allison is going to be looking to play a safety here. And this is one of those where, because of what the cue ball is, it's not an easy way to play safety. There's a lot of blockers, but they're all kind of single blockers all over. So if she can play the cue ball, she would love to lag the 2-ball down table and back up again. But because of where the 9 is, she can't really do that without going into the 9 and leaving an open shot. Yeah, that was a tough deal all the way around, and not a bad result for Allison, considering where she was and what she was faced with.
So tough work for Jennifer coming up here. Every shot critical, obviously, for her now.
Yeah, it looks like Jennifer can lag this 2-ball straight across, have the cue ball come up here and get into or hide behind these balls. The other option would be to play the 2-ball this way and play the speed to get behind the 2 blockers. Anytime you have 2 balls together like that, you try to figure out that's your great, you know, your margin of error can be a little bit less. Well, she got away all the way through. Great shot, nice speed.
Good work.
Good work behind, you know, and if you can do that, I don't even think she could get past those 2 balls, but the fact that she got the 2 ball on one side of the table, the cue ball on the other, is a good enough feat right there. But even if she can hit this 2, it's still a good safety. Allison, I don't know, she might as well just kind of try to fan this in, Mitch, considering what's going on here. She did. Missed it on the good side, left to safety.
Well, Jennifer will have a shot at it. It is a long, tough order. Moves to the table quickly.
I think a lot of players out there may be familiar with Jennifer's face, if you've been, or a lot of people in the audience haven't seen her on The Hustler, a show that was running on True TV. She had a lot of fun doing that, she said. Her and her husband Greg both were on that show. And she said, oh, what a wonderful safety that was. Jennifer told me that it kind of made her relieved that she was really a player. You know, when you come into this scene and you haven't won a tournament and you're playing, you feel like maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. And she said playing on that show where they actually played competitively, she said, you know what? I do belong. She was beating in serious matches, beating some really good players. And she said, I do belong here. And Greg's been trying to tell her that for a long time, but I think she said that she actually finally bought it.
Well, isn't it amazing that until you buy it yourself,
true,
it doesn't really mean anything? And it's been a great week for her here this week, I think. We've watched her progress, moved into this semifinal undefeated.
All right, 2-rail kick here. Bottom cushion, side cushion. Hit this with some speed. Oh, missed that pretty good. And great opportunity here for Jennifer. She's going to have ball in hand. And it looks like the 7 ball, if that does not pass by the 9 in the corner pocket, which I don't believe it does, that's going to be her main issue. She's looking at, got to look at the 7 right off the bat. If the 7 ball does pass here, by some miracle, then this is not that difficult of an out. If it does not pass, then she's got some work to do here to be able to get this rack. First shot's pretty rudimental here. Just shoot this. 5 ball goes in the side, 6 obviously in the corner. Question is what she's going to do with that 7.
Good work, a little bit of an angle to get up table.
And she's looking where to get now. This is where she needs to get for the 7 ball. To play it down in this corner, down right here. So all she's focusing on is where she wants to be. Really pick a spot. This is where you kind of want to just get on this 6 ball. And so many times you end up dead straight in and you can't do anything because it's such an easy position from the 5 to the 6. She really needs to pick where she wants to be in order to be able to get down for the 7. Well, she has a good angle. Looks like she's going to come around 2 rails. Just follow the cue ball, come down here and play the speed. Really tough shot, really touchy shot. I don't know. Is she drawing it? No. Oh, there she goes. All right, there she goes. Not quite what she wanted to do. Didn't get quite enough spin on it to come where she wanted to be.
You see her shaking her head there. It's exactly right, Eva.
She's going to have to play a safety here, I would think. Just try to get that cue ball behind the 9. Just tap the 7 a little bit. Drift the cue ball into the cushion. Oh, she was able to make it. I don't think she was. I don't even know if she was trying to make it. The speed she hit it with tells me that she didn't think it would go in the side pocket. Wow.
Unbelievable. I don't think she can believe it, that's for sure.
Oh, she has to be.
Going to go get the jump cue now.
Sick. Maybe she didn't look hard enough at it. Looked like she was just trying to tap it and hide the cue ball, and instead she hit the very far corner of it and it just dropped, and now she's going to have to try to jump. Severe jump here. Cue ball is close to the 9. And this is do or die. Well, she did a great job. She made contact with it, but on top of everything else, boy, when it rains, it pours.
Not to be.
Got to hope to get a little lucky there, and there was no love there whatsoever.
So difficult. Everything. You could tell the hand position, everything about this shot tough. Good contact on the 8, but sometimes there is just nothing you can do. And when you've got Allison Fisher at the table and 2 balls left to move to the final, chances are this is all she wrote. And there it goes. Good work by Allison Fisher. And you see Jennifer saying, I was playing safe. The 7 wasn't supposed to go. 4 racks in a row consecutively in this second set for Allison Fisher. And she will have a chance to put that trophy, the Masters Championship, in her home for the first time. She moves to the final. A fantastic week, tying her best finish ever on the WPBA Classic Tour for Jennifer Barretta. Cannot give her enough props for her great work in Mount Pleasant.
If you want to get in on the playing field right over here,
so Allison says, I will go and get ready for the final. Jennifer will have some time to think about it before the U.S. Open next month on the WPBA Tour. And we will get ready for more coming your way from Soaring Eagle. A word with the winner and another look at our 2 sets in this first semifinal. Hill in the first set, Allison 4-3, and then 4-0 in this second set as she moves on. We'll be right back to Soaring Eagle after this.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set, Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Delta 13, the true legend of Rex.
Come.
Welcome back to Soaring Eagle. We're here in the booth with the winner of our first semifinal. And how many times have we said you're about to play in the finals of a WPBA Classic Tour event? Allison Fisher, 2-0 over Jennifer Barretta. Congratulations, first of all. We talk about the pressure of this kind of format, and the first set was tight. Got to Hill in the first set, and then second set you took care of business. But there were a lot of points along the way that could have gone either way, obviously.
Yeah, this was it's interesting because when you come out on the final day, it's a different set of conditions. We've got a brand new cloth out there, lighting's very different. And I was just, I was a bit nervous in the first set. I have to say, I didn't settle down very quickly, and my cue ball was a little bit all over the place. So my timing was a bit off. So I had to kind of make a little mental adjustment there. And luckily, I ended with a break and run. So that kind of relaxed me a little bit. Getting that first set under your belt was a big deal.
Yeah.
It started out a little rough. The very first thing happening that the clock got you. We were waiting for you to take a time out, and all of a sudden
I was waiting for somebody to say something. I completely forgot that there's going to be nobody saying 10 seconds.
Right.
So I wasn't even thinking about it, of course, as you know. So, yeah, but I didn't let it get to me. I just thought, all right, don't do that again.
Right.
Yeah.
We have talked at length, oftentimes, about the number of titles that you've amassed over this fantastic Hall of Fame career. This is the 6th Masters title. You do not have this trophy yet. I know you love trophies. Dave and I talked about it. Where is that playing, spinning in your mind right now?
I've been looking at that trophy. During the match, I was looking at the trophy. And so, I mean, it's a great opportunity for me. I'm in the final again. So, I've just got to take it easy and ball by ball. And hopefully I get this title because it's the one that I want that I'm missing.
Well, there's nothing left for you to do as far as I can tell. So good luck in the final.
Thank you.
Brittany Bryan or Monica Webb. It should be a great matchup.
Yes, it will.
And we'll see you in about an hour and a half, 2 hours time.
All right.
I know you'll relax.
Thank you.
And we'll be back to Soaring Eagle with more right after this.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665 or visit us online at diamondbilliardproducts.com. Play with the best. Diamond.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we celebrate 100 years, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us. and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Make every shot count. Introducing the all-new Predator 314 and Z high-performance shafts. Reloaded with new technology for unprecedented accuracy. Predator, engineering victory.
Back here at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort, Brittany Bryant getting ready for her next semifinal match. Before we get to Brittany and Monica Webb, it's time for our turning point of the match. And that will be brought to you by Predator. Two beautiful trophies, and here it is, the turning point of the match. Jennifer Barretta at the table, third rack of the second set. Not only makes the ball, but winds up scratching. It was 2-0 Allison in the set at that point, and that left this 4-9 combination. Allison Fisher took care of business there, got to the hill in the second set, and would go on to win 4-0 and in 2 sets. We will be right back to Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as you see the result of our first semifinal after this.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Delta 13, the true legend of Rex.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
Here at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, Brittany Bryant readying herself for her second semifinal match against Monica Webb. One of those two will move on and meet Allison Fisher in the final. And as you can see there, we will be with you with that second semifinal at 3:05 Eastern Time. 3 left now out of the 48 that came to Mount Pleasant to begin our week here in Michigan. It was a good opening match, a great semifinal to begin. 2 sets, each a race to 4. Jennifer Barretta and Allison Fisher doing their work. And Allison with good work, a break and run in the last rack to take that first set at 4-3. And then putting together 4 racks in a row in the second set. Allison Fisher moves on. Jennifer Barretta with a great third place finish. And we will be back to Soaring Eagle right after this.